Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev have a really intense beef right now. You know, back when they fought the first time, it was kind of respectful between the two. You know, Andre Ward was respectful. Sergey Kovalev, you know, was unusually respectful to Andre Ward until something happened. I'm not sure what happened, but the trash talk, like, it started to build up right before the fight happened. I know, if I remember, I think Kovalev, it was like a press conference or something, and Kovalev went for the handshake, and then Andre Ward didn't take the handshake, and then ever since then, Sergey Kovalev been talking shit. So they had their first fight, and it's very controversial. Scorecards, 114, 113 across all three judges in favor of Andre Ward. So, very controversial fight. A lot of people felt like Kovalev won the fight. A lot of people feel like Andre Ward won the fight. I felt like Andre Ward won the fight, but it is what it is. I'm not going to argue with anybody. Your opinion's your opinion. And, you know, I could see you making a good argument for Kovalev winning the fight. So, in this second fight, I'm hoping it's a good fight. It really is a 50-50 fight. I'm leaning toward Andre Ward to win the fight. You know, I think he's going to be able to figure... Well, I think he's already figured Kovalev out. I think we're just going to pick up in round 13. And I don't think Kovalev is disciplined enough to beat Andre Ward. You know, he's talking all this, you know, be ready, motherfucker, and all this. But, I mean, in the first fight, you said you were going to knock Andre Ward out, and you did knock him out. And you had him. You had him dead. He was done. I thought you was going to beat him. I picked Kovalev to win in the first fight. You know, in the first round, he staggers Ward with a jab. I'm like, oh, man, Andre Ward done. He's done. Second round, he drops Andre Ward, and he was hurt, visibly shaken. And I'm like, oh, man, this is about to be a quick fight. About to wild out on this post-fight video. But then what happened after that? Andre Ward just took control of the fight, and Kovalev wasn't very effective. Now Kovalev gives all these excuses. He's talking about his trainer, John David Jackson. I mean, it wasn't him. You were in the ring fighting. And you've got a pretty good boxing ability. So it was kind of like a game of chess. But clearly Kovalev isn't able to shift into that second gear and finish off an opponent like Andre Ward, which is why I'm picking Ward to win the second fight. All right? Now, Kovalev said something pretty disrespectful if you're a believer in a higher being, you know, if you believe in God. He dropped a comment on his Twitter page, and he basically was like, and I'm just paraphrasing here, he said we need to call Andre Ward S.O.K., Andre, son of Kovalev Ward. And then he dropped a picture of Andre Ward on his knees, you know, kneeling, and he was like, there, he's kneeling to Kovalev, to his God. So Kovalev got a lot of shit to say, man. Hey, look, man, Kovalev's not going to win this fight. If it's a close fight again, guess what? He loses. You know why he loses? Because the United States is about to be in a war with Russia. Isn't that dumb as hell? That's dumb as hell, right? Look, the only way that Sergey Kovalev can beat Andre Ward is if he knocks him out. And, I mean, it could happen. I just don't foresee it happening. Hopefully it's another good fight, though. The first fight was a good fight. I watched it a few times. You know, it's got really good replay value. I don't typically watch fights more than maybe once, and then maybe like halfway a second time. But this fight had a lot of replay value. So I'm hoping the second fight, I'm hoping there's sparks. But I think Kovalev's going to overtrain for this fight. I think Kovalev's thinking he's just too much into his feelings, man. He's too much into his feelings. I think Andre Ward got to him. I think he's been struggling with his life since he lost to Andre Ward that first time. He's been very emotional, like a bitch. Because that's how bitches are. They cry. They moan. They complain. Andre Ward won't fight me. You know, in a Russian accent. But Andre Ward, I mean, he disappears. He doesn't say anything. He's got a rematch clause. Like, he barely even wants to address the situation with Kovalev. And he finally, after some time, signs on to fight him for the second time, even though he was contractually obligated to fight him. I'm not sure how much confidence he has in himself, but to be honest with you, excuse me, I feel like he's going to beat Kovalev for a second time. And then that's when we can start the talks of Andre Ward being pound for pound number one. I don't have Andre Ward being pound for pound number one, to be honest with you. And in fact, I don't really have anybody in that place right now. I don't think any of these dudes are worthy of that pound for pound status. I can't give it to Ward. I can't give it to him, man, because that first fight was it was too controversial, man. We need a decisive win from Andre Ward if we want to call him pound for pound number one. I'm not even going to address Triple G being pound for pound number one, so don't even mention it. Now, Andre Ward needs to do what he did for the last 6 rounds in that Kovalev fight. Box, counterpunch, slip them punches. Hold. He did hold a little bit in that fight. But Kovalev held a lot too, though. Hopefully it's a cleaner fight. I wonder who the judge is going to be. Who was the judge from the first fight? Was it Tony Weeks? I can't remember who the judge or who the referee was, but there was a lot of holding in the fight from both guys. So, I mean, depending upon what's going through Kovalev's head, I mean, I got Andre Ward winning the fight, man. I don't think Kovalev is mentally stable to be in a ring with a dude like Andre Ward for a second time and dominate him. It's just, I don't see it happening. And, you know, I mean, like I said, Andre Ward could very well get clipped in this fight and he could get stopped. He's going to have to be on his A game. He's going to have to be smart about this fight. And, I mean, I think he will. I mean, that second round against Kovalev, he got caught, went down. It happens, right? He overcame that fight. He won the fight. There was a lot of controversy around the fight. So, hopefully this fight is purchased by more casuals this time around. And they really need to play up all that controversy from the first fight. They need to do a better job at promoting it. You know, I'm over here. You know, I'm listening to the radio. I heard, you know, commercial for the fight. I don't typically hear commercials on the radio for fights like this, for boxing. But, I mean, they had a decent little ad campaign. I think they should ramp it up a little bit. I know they're in a smaller arena for the second fight, so they should probably sell it out. I think they had trouble selling it out the first time. Not sure about ticket prices, but I think overall this will be a more successful event. Let me know who you got winning the fight. Let me know if you got Kovalev winning. Let me know if you got Andre Ward winning. Again, I got Ward winning by decision. And it's funny because it didn't seem like Andre Ward was able to hurt Kovalev, so I'm just like, why aren't you going after this? Why aren't you trying to finish this dude off? Why aren't you trying to stop him? Because clearly your punches are hurting him, but his punches are not hurting you. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Kovalev got a better game plan this time and see if he drops any excuses for losing the fight this time. Hitman Boxing, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment. I'm out.